And to any and everybody out there that's pretending like this person is your friend, but behind closed doors you're in love with them, you're obsessed with them, and you want to be with them, you just wasn't on that right moment, you're sick. Nothing could have prepared me for the day that my best friend of 3 years and we almost had a perfect friendship would ever come out to me and confess her love. I would have never thought. It could have been my last dollar and I still would have bet against it. So I opened the hotel door room. I'm trying to leave. She closes. She's like, "You're not going nowhere." Now, I'm sure y'all aware when people get mad, they strength. She's already bigger than me. Like I said, she's a thick girl. She dump truck. And it's like she closed the door and I could feel her force. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's so serious. So in the calmest tone I could be at that point, I'm like, "Dory, I'm about to leave. Get away from the door. Stop holding the door. I'm about to go." She's like, "You ain't going no MF and where. I bet you don't go no MF and where. You gonna stop playing with me. I'm sick and tired of you treating me like this." Treat you like this? I'm tired of the way you treat me. She begins to go on a rant about how she's always so good to me. She always does this for me. She always does that for me. Now, mind y'all, everything in the friendship was reciprocated. She buy a gift, I buy a gift. She paid one time, I paid one time. We used to go back and forth. She do this on a trip, I do that on a trip. Never was it reciprocated when she tried to turn the friendship into a relationship though. So what she was saying, I said, that reminds me, I thought you said our other friend supposed to be coming on a trip. What happened to her? Because when I asked her, she said she know nothing about the trip. So just like y'all, question I've been waiting for, who was that in the group chat? Y'all, she looked at me like I was shocked. Like, how could I ask our mutual friend why she wasn't here? How could my mutual friend have said like, "Oh, that wasn't me. I didn't know anything about the trip"? Dory looked at me with a straight face and she was like, "She only doing what I told her. I told her to play clues. I told her to play dumb. You the only one left out. Me and her on the same page. I'm not mad at her. You not spilling no tea. It's piss." So not only is my best friend of 3 years somebody that I don't even know standing before me, but somebody that I really thought was a genuine mutual friend, she's on her side. So when I call your phone, you playing crazy. I'm asking you like, "Hey, why you ain't here?" You like, what are you talking about?" I felt like she should have kept on going with the lie. Don't y'all? That didn't make any sense to me. I feel like Dory hyped her now. She like, "Yeah, and you already here now, so of course she can say she don't know about the trip. Of course she was only doing what I told her. I told her to pretend like that she was gonna go on the trip, and she was gonna do all this, and she was gonna do all that. And the day of the trip, of course, she know where to be found, because it's supposed to just be me and you. It's gonna always be me and you, whether you like it or not." I don't like it, and it won't be that. TF. At that point, y'all, I couldn't hold it in any longer. Yes, I know that she's grieving. She's about to lose her father. Yes, I know that she paid for the whole trip and all this and that. But I had to finally let loose. You're not about to hang this over my head and try to use this as an excuse for the way that you acting. All this is very weird. I'm super duper uncomfortable. You should be ashamed of yourself. Our other friend, maybe, yes, she is doing what you told her. But at the same time, you shouldn't even feel right going through with this. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling you. Not now. Not never. Ever. And I didn't stop there. I told her, like, who knows that their dad is on their deathbed, but somewhere in a whole different country trying to do the grown up. What they supposed to be best friend. That's sick. I could never respect nobody acting like that. I could never want to be friends with nobody like that. So yes, after this trip, I'm done. I'm cutting you off. As I'm talking, maybe even halfway through, I didn't even get done talking, y'all. She started laughing, like smiling, smirking. Then this turns into like her just full out laughing. Then it turns to her just cracking up. And I'm just like, I'm a little scared, but I'm not trying to let her know that. Like, I'm standing on all 10. I'm just kind of side-eyeing her like, what's so funny? She finally speaks. She's like, "Oh, you so cute when you mad. Look at you." Excuse me? Oh, she on it. Do I got boogers in my nose? Oh, she on that. She like, "Well, anyway, I know what's going to calm you down. I know what's going to get you out that mad mood. Come here, lay down." Lay down and do what? Dory, what are you talking about? She keep telling me that I got an attitude and they call her a problem solver. All these corny jokes, like, bro, you're not funny. She finally says, "Yeah, I got your name tatted on me and you feel like I'm gonna let you go somewhere? You must be crazy. Like, you must be out of your mind. You're gonna start showing me some respect. Like, you're gonna stop disrespecting me around here." And I'm just looking at her like, wait, she's serious. She really serious. Like, she not smiling, she not smirking, none of that. She looking me right in her eyes and I can tell that she's so serious. And she not done. She said another thing. "I understand what's going on with my dad, but I'm not gonna let that ruin our trip. I have to make it up to you. So yes, I'm gonna let you leave the room, but make sure you come back so we can finish having a great night. Go ahead." And she opens the door. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's just something about me leaving on my own terms. You don't open the door and tell me to leave when you get ready. When I was just ready to leave, 10, 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna leave when I want to leave. So I closed the door. I slammed it shut. I just lost my best friend of 3 years. And I knew whether I walked out the door, I was going to lose her. Whether I stayed, I was going to lose her. I didn't even know who was standing right there before me in front of my face. I didn't know who she was. Mind you, we spent countless of time together, day after day, weekend after weekend, went on countless trips, did so many things together. And now all of a sudden, she has confessed her love for me. Some of y'all in the comments talking about some, oh, well, it can be a beautiful thing. Just give it a try. I don't think y'all understand. Someone like me, I value my friendships. If I call you a friend, that's all I see you as. That's all I will ever see you as. And you know, if things change, maybe, but the way she's going about it gives very, like, I was scared. Like some of y'all saying, I was frightened. I wasn't going to show her that because I felt like I still needed to stand on business and stand my ground. But the way she was moving, I'm just like, oh my God, who is this girl and what has happened to my best friend? So when I slammed the door shut, I sat right back down on the bed and I'm just looking at her. She looking at me. Then she starts crying. She's like, I can't believe this. I can't believe you. You know, I'm about to lose my dad. Meanwhile, this whole time for the past couple of hours, all I've been trying to do is get us back home so that you could see your dad. So you could spend his last hours, you know, with him, all this other stuff. You want to stay here. You want to be on all this other stuff. Stop blaming me. At this point, the manipulation, all the crazy behavior, that was no longer getting to me, y'all. I felt like it was cloudy at first and I was just trying to be a good friend. But now I feel like I need to stand my ground because she's taking it too far. And I feel like at that moment, I continued to tell her about herself, how I'm uncomfortable, how I would never see her like that, how this and how that. And it's like when she saw that she didn't have no other cards to play, she dropped down to her knees and she just started screaming like, oh my God, my dad, I'm about to lose my dad. I can't believe this. That's my best friend. You know how much I love him. I can't do this without him. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again with the manipulation tactic. Not to disrespect her dad or the situation or nothing that she was going through, but at the end of the day, I felt like it was very much so wrong for her to try to use her dad's passing on me for me to do the stuff that she wanted me to do. I still wasn't going for it. She starts getting louder and louder saying, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. At this point, she's rolling in the middle of the floor. I'm like, Dory, get up. Let's go. You can go get your father. You can go be by your dad's side. Get up, put your clothes on. Let's be on the next flight smoking. We can be out of here right now. I felt like she really wasn't trying to hear nothing I was saying. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing her crying. I'm tired of hearing her screaming. So I'm about to step outside the room. Y'all, I'm walking towards the door. She's on the floor and she grabs my legs. So she's hanging on to the bottom of my legs, screaming and shouting, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. I want my daddy. And I'm like, you can't be serious right now. I understand that everybody grieves different. At this point, I don't know if she was still in a state of shock. One of y'all in the comments, y'all kind of described it. I feel like she was going through some type of manic episode. I'm not sure. But at this point, it's time for us to start making some moves. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm trying to help you pack. I'm trying to help her pack. I'm putting her stuff in a suitcase. She's coming around me, throwing her stuff out of the suitcase, still screaming, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. At this point, I grab my phone, trying to call her mom. She's like, no, I don't want to talk to her. I hate her. I only want you. I only want to talk to you. You the only one that can make me feel better. You the only one that makes me happy. And I'm like, Dory, we're just friends. That's all we're ever going to be. Stop. Y'all know how like those little kids, they fall out in the middle of the stove and they don't get what they want. That's exactly what Dory was doing. Every time I said something that she didn't like, which was basically the whole time we was having that conversation, she kept picking herself up and then falling out in the middle of the floor, kicking, screaming, yelling, crying, doing all that. And I'm just kind of looking at her like, you can't be served. You can't be served. She can't be served. Is she served? She can't be served. Next thing you know, we get somebody knocking on our door. Out of nowhere, we both just kind of look at each other like, who is that? They like, you know, open the door, security. We've been getting calls and complaints about this. We just want to, you know, make sure that everyone in here is all right. Dory immediately stops the crying. She stops the yelling. She stops the screaming. She gets up, puts her robe on, goes to the door and starts talking to her HR voice. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, we're just in here. We're having a great time. Like, everything's good. There's nothing to be worried about. Like, we're so sorry. We really enjoy the resort. Thank you guys so much. Like, me and my friend here. Oh, now I'm her friend. It's like, we have nothing to worry about. The guy's like, can I speak with the friend? Dory's like, well, you know, she's not much of a talker. The security guard is like, well, I'm not leaving until I speak with the friend. That security guard probably saved my life that night. Dory was at the door trying to tell him anything just so he can walk off and be like, oh, okay, you guys have a great night. At one point, I felt like she was even trying to show him her gumdrops, you know, and trying to get a little leverage over the situation. You know, like I said, y'all, Dory is an attractive girl, so she felt like, hey, here's a man. Let me try to see if I can have my way and get him to do what I want him to do in other ways. He told her, ma'am, unless I speak to the other occupant that's inside the room with you, I am not leaving. And you could kind of see, like, the door's kind of cracked open. He kind of leaned over, letting her know, I got all day and night. Which way you want to do it? Dory proceeds to let the security guard know, like, hey, you don't know who you messing with. You must not know who I am. Do you even know my name? Check my credentials. My name holds weight. I can have this whole hotel shut down. You're going to lose your job. She basically said everything besides the fact of, like, I know the president of the United States. She was just basically just going on and on and on. And y'all, the security guard was not moved. He's like, you know what? Honestly, I'm proud. If you really are who you say you are, you know, I'm giving you your standing ovation. Here you are right now. I'm giving you your flowers. But again, ma'am, I cannot leave. I cannot do anything until I talk to the other occupant inside this room. So again, how you want to play it? What you want to do? I got quiet, Dory got quiet, even the security guard got quiet. I'm just standing there because I'm wondering, like, what's gonna be the next move. I'm expecting for him at this point to just bust in the door and be like, get on the ground, so he can rescue me and save me from my misery. I decided to finally break the silence. I said, Dory, just let him come in. You're making it worse. You know what I'm saying? You're making the anthill into a mountain. No, you're making a mountain into an anthill. Just stop. Take your L. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. Y'all, Dory starts sniffling. I'm thinking like maybe her nose stopped up. She starts to cry. The man is like, is everything okay? What's going on? She's like, I'm sorry. I'm about to lose my father and you kind of remind me of him. She pulled that one. She proceeds to tell the security guard, you don't know what it's like to lose a dad. My dad was the best, 10 out of 10. He showed up to all of my events. He always gave me awards, and he was always there physically, mentally, emotionally, all this other stuff. My dad is the greatest dad in the world. I don't understand why it has to be him. I'm sick. I took this vacation to get my mind off this, and now you're taking me through all this. I just can't understand why. I told you everything was okay, and now you're just making it even worse. I don't think I'll ever recover from this. The emotional damage is too much for me. Oh my God. She kind of pretends, I don't know if she did a little fake, like she was gonna faint or something. She just kept saying, I'm lightheaded, I feel weak, this is just too much. This is supposed to be a trip of relaxation, and all this is doing is making my nerves so bad. I can't believe this. I can't believe you. That's how I was looking. Mind y'all, I've known Dory for 3 years. She could really be an actress. I'm not gonna lie. She had me, and I knew she was just putting on. So I knew for sure on the other side of that door, the security guard's probably like, wow, oh my God. I know for sure that he was really feeling like she had him. Like, he's a goner. Cook, line, sinker. He was gone. I see Dory kind of take her robe and, wipe away her fake tears. And I'm listening for the man's response. He's like, oh my God, I really don't know what to say. Honestly, I want to apologize. I'm sending my condolences. I lost my mother a little early on, so I know how that feels. I'm sympathizing with you. Again, I just want to apologize. I can't apologize enough. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go down there and talk to, my supervisor, see if he can get y'all maybe another free night, some free room service, something. He's like, I want to make you as comfortable as possible because I know how it feels. If don't nobody else know, I know. He continues to say about how he still struggles to deal with, all this and all that. He's sympathizing with her. And at this point, I don't know, I think he dropped his head down because he was getting emotional. But when he dropped his head down, Dory turns around, looks at me and goes, fun fact, I know it's not time for it, but I like when girls wink. Like pretty girls, like when they know how to wink, I like that. I don't know why. I just felt like I need to. Okay, back to the story. The security guard continued to apologize over a million times. He says, you know what? Wait right here. I'm going to make this one of the best trips you ever had. You know what? I'm going to start this over. We're going to start off on the right foot. Just wait right here. And he proceeded to walk away. Dory shuts the door. She leans back up against the door, opens her robe wide and said, I'm sorry for the interruption. Now, where were we? Where were we? You was going to hell. I was getting the hell up out of here. That's where we were. When she dropped her towel, there she was standing there with all the fruit that God had gave her. Mind y'all, I'm still mind blown because the security guard really just walked away. He stood at that door and said, I'm not leaving until I speak to the other person in the room. I don't care what you say. You might as well get out of my way. Yada, yada, yada. And next thing you know, she starts crying about, losing her father and how sad she is. And he's like, you know what? Never mind all that. Let me make this up to you. I don't know if he thought that maybe she was going to get him fired or it was going to be some type of backlash towards him. But he completely forgot about me and ran off to, I guess, bring back Dory a gift. Dory has this really weird look on her face. You could tell she's trying to be like sexy and she's trying to give like, all smooth and this and that. And as she's walking slowly towards me, I just find myself backing back. And I'm like, Dory, you need to stop this. We're just friends. I don't know like what you're doing. You keep saying you playing. I don't like the games that you're playing. Can you please stop? Can you please snap out of it? And although I was talking to Dory, I was not talking to Dory. Nothing was going in one ear, coming out the other. It wasn't even going in her ear at all. I don't even think she heard me. It was just about what she wanted. She just had this kind of look in her eye that was just like my way or the highway. At this point, I'm all the way backed up into the wall. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm literally in the corner and I almost slowly like put my hands up, like letting her know, like, listen, I don't want to do this because I already had it in my mind that the minute this girl touched me, I already knew that was going to be my breaking point. I tried to be patient. Even some of y'all in the comments like, oh my God, you have the most patience. I tried to be, empathetic, sympathetic. I tried to be all the things of things, and that still wasn't working with Dory. She was still determined to do whatever she had already planned in her mind. At this point, she's probably like a low arm length away from me, and I could hear her just talking to herself. She's like, this is the way it's supposed to be, just you and me. And she keeps repeating herself like a chant almost, like this is how it's supposed to be, just you and me, till eternity. And I'm just like, how long did it take you to come up with that, William Shakespeare? At this point, she still just does not even hear me. Like I said, it's like she's in a daze or something. So I feel her kind of step on my foot and I politely shove her just a little bit. And I'm telling her, like, Dory, bag back. I'm not playing. You need to chill out. We about to go. I'm about to leave. She tries to like grab my face kind of like this. I swat her hand back and I'm still pushing her shoulder. I'm like, Dory, I really do not want to hurt you. I feel myself getting mad. I feel myself getting irritated. And I know how I can be. Like, I'm not trying to go there with her because then I know I probably feel bad because her dad. But at this point, it's like she don't really care about her dad, so why should I? All of a sudden, Dory stops. She turns around, like she has her back turns away from me, and she runs all the way to the door and she stops. She looks back at me, kind of laughs, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? She's doing some kind of like dance, I guess. I don't know. She's trying to, just be sexy and all this other stuff. And I'm like, you look crazy. You need to stop. She then puts her back up against the door. She gets down like she about to run track and she runs off like towards me full speed. I don't think y'all understand how scary that was. Like, mind you, there was nothing involved. Like, she was acting as if someone had did something to her. Someone had put something in her drink. I don't know really what to explain. It just happened just so fast. So she's running towards me full speed. But at the same time, I think everything was happening in slow motion because that's just the way I'm trying to process it. So I immediately put both of my hands out in front of me, like I'm using it as maybe like a gate or something to block her. She grabs me by both of my hands and throws me on the bed. Now I already told y'all, Dory, she thick in all the right places. She's a big and she got some weight on her. Me, I'm probably 105, 110 pounds soaking wet, especially back then. So when she flung me, I literally got on the bed and I fell back on my back. She immediately jumped on top of me, grabbed my arms and pinned me down. Mind you, she's sitting on top of me, so of course she has that advantage. At this point, I'm in my fight or flight mode. I start kicking, I start yelling. Even a couple of times, I raised up and I start to headbutt her. It did not face her at all. It's as if she couldn't feel anything. We tussling, we rolling, but at the same time, she's still taking advantage of me, like as far as being on top and holding me down. I can't really shake her. Mind you, I'm yelling, get off me. She's yelling, stop being like that, stop acting crazy. Next thing you know, like a banging on the door, security guard, he's like, hey, what y'all doing in there? Open up the door right now. If you don't open up the door, I'm coming in there. I was fighting for my life trying to get that girl off me. The security guard on the other side of the door is screaming, saying, let us in, and we're going to come in. I feel like now is a great time for y'all to come in. We tussling. Like I said, I feel like she has the upper hand because she's on top of me, putting all her weight, pinning me down on the bed. And I'm just trying to do any and everything I can. I feel like I'm bucking like a horse. I'm kicking my feet up. I'm steady moving my body left, right. I'm trying to overpower her, but it's honestly useless at this point. It really wasn't until I started yelling, help, help, help. Finally, the security guard came through the door. He kind of stood there for a minute, almost as if like he couldn't really believe his eyes or what's going on. Thankfully, he had another female security guard with him. And then she was like, okay, guys, like, let's break this up. I mean, clearly you're going to have to do more than this. I felt like Dory was so locked in. She didn't even realize the people had busted in the room. She didn't even look up, like, just off of natural whatever, just to be aware of your surroundings. She didn't even kind of look. When they came through the door, she was dead locked in on me. And I'm steady saying, get off me, get off me. What are you doing? Get off me. So the lady comes around and she's talking to me. She's like, are you guys like intimate? Is lovers? I'm like, no, we're just friends. I'm not sure what's going on with her. I felt like she snapped. I'm telling the lady, like, look, I'll have all the time in the world to explain to you this later, but just get this girl off of me. At this point, I just felt like Dory was blacking out. The lady reaches to grab Dory and try to get her off me. Dory instantly like puts her elbow up, like jabs the lady real hard. I'm just like, oh my God, you gonna go to jail. Like, are you serious? You can't be this serious. The female security guard kind of grabbed her face and looked like she was shocked. She's like, oh my God. Dory's like, nobody needs to touch me. I just want you. I just want to be with you. I just want to do this with you. And I'm like, you are sick. Finally, I feel like Dory was kind of easing up a little bit because the guy security guard came over and he was putting on his gloves. He was putting gloves on and he kind of grabbed Dory by the arm. Now, of course, he's a man, so he's a little stronger than what the lady and what I am. So I feel like he kind of had a good grip. Dory let me go for a split second and tried to swing on the man. So he has this arm. She swings with this arm and I'm studying and now I'm sitting up. So now I'm sitting up. I start to bear hug her, trying to get some type of advantage over this girl because it's like she's still not going. So now we bear hugging each other. Dory just starts crying like, no, let me go. I just want you. I just want to be with you. What's going on? I don't understand this. The lady's like, let her go. I'm going to mace you. Let her go. I'm going to mace you. She got the mace out. And I'm just like, well, if she maced Dory, I'm right here. I'm liable to get maced too. So I just close my eyes. I'm just kind of bracing for impact. Dory's like, I'm not letting go. I would never let her go. I don't care what y'all say. The lady maces really me. 75% me, 25% Dory. So my eyes instantly get the burn. So now I'm just yelling. At this point, she won't let me go. I just got maced. The man is trying to use his voice, but no, not really. He keep calling somebody on the phone. I'm just overstimulated. It's too much going on. At this point, the male security guard tells the female security guard, like, you grab one of her arms, I'm gonna grab another one of her arms, and we're just gonna pull her off this girl. Like, this is basically the only thing, because even with the mace door, it's like she was holding me tighter. She's telling me, like, everything's gonna be all right. I got you. I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. You are the happening to me. You was the what that is happening to me, Dory. I don't understand. Everything else is fine. Just get this girl off of me. Finally, yet another security guard came in. It was another man. He was bigger than all of us put together. He comes in, kneels down on the bed, grabs Dory like kind of under both her arms and put his hands behind her head, and he easily just yanks her loose. And she's kicking, she's screaming. I felt like she was a pit bull being held back by her owner, like a pit bull, and you just kind of got a piece of me in front of their face. That's how she was, foaming at the mouth, yelling, screaming. Like, she kept constantly reaching out for me. As soon as they was able to loosen the grip and get her off of me, I quickly just stood up and I was just standing there looking, just watching her. Like I said, it's like she didn't even care that it was taking 3 people to hold her back. She kept telling, like, hey, get them off of me. Hey, I love you. Don't let them do me like this. Y'all need to leave me alone. I don't want nothing to happen to her. I'm here to protect her. Like, Dory, you're not my knight in shining armor, babe. It's just not gonna happen. While I'm standing there, I just feel myself getting more and more mad. Like, more everything that has happened, that has been building up to this point, I feel like it finally hit me and I completely lost it. I charged right at Dory and we just got into a little scuffle. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just way past due. And I feel like the people in the room knew that too, because they kept holding her back, but no one was trying to stop me, honestly. I didn't have no more patience in me. That was just really rage and just hurt and just everything that I was feeling at that point. I just had let loose. So I got a confession. If she would have told me that she wanted to be more than friends within the first 2 to 3 months where we started, knowing each other as friends, I would have went. I would have been going, gone. Another confession. When I first met Dory, she was super attractive. Y'all keep asking me that. Like, would you have ever dated her? Like, was she pretty? Was she your type? This, and that. Her vibe, her energy, her looks, 10 out of 10. But we both met on a friend basis. I told y'all, she would even call me sis from time to time. She would call me her twin, this and that. We would lie and say we was cousins sometimes. It was ridiculous. You don't do that and then be like, oh, I'm in love with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to take your cookies out the cookie jar. You can't do that. Like, I'm going to keep saying, I really valued and cherished our friendship. I felt like she was the only friend that could get up and go whenever I wanted to. She was very good at reciprocating my energy. She was very nice to talk to. She was a low maintenance friend, and I'm a low maintenance friend too. I can't stand a friend that always want to be in my skin, want to talk to me every day, want to be around me every day. I'm not that type, like Java. So yes, when she got the tattoo after 3 years of us being friends, I was shocked. I was stunned. I never saw it coming. Yes, when she snatched me up in front of that girl in the club, yes, I was shocked. I saw it coming. When she DJ'd herself because she thought I was asleep, I was floored, blew away. Booking the trip, saying it's supposed to be a girl's trip, a friend's trip, whatever, and it was just me and her, and it's like some type of couple vibe. I was stunned. And last but not least, when she tried to take my cookies out the cookie jar, is this AI? Am I dreaming? When the security guards finally pulled me off of her, and it's just like something in me snapped, I would not stop swinging. And I felt like they kind of felt my pain too, because they was holding her. Nobody was trying to stop me. I just kept hitting, swinging. I wasn't even really saying words. I was just mad. I had reached my breaking point. As y'all know, I had been patient this whole entire time, trying to figure out what's going on with her. Like, I'm even trying to make excuses for her, because at the end of the day, I felt like that was my friend. She just lost her dad, so I'm trying to be as patient as possible, but my patience has run completely out for Dory. I finally noticed, like, she's not even fighting back, so I kind of stopped swinging so that I could hear what she's saying. She's like, okay, just go ahead, hit me. I don't care. I'm going to love you anyway. I understand. I would never hurt you. I would never put my hands on you. I'm like, oh, she's definitely sick. One of the security guards finally grabbed me and she was like, okay, so it's obvious that you two won't be able to stay in the same room. I'm not sure what's going on, but I could tell, like, it's heavy, it's deep, so we need to figure out what we're going to do. And I immediately said, well, I don't care what she's doing or whatever her plan is, but I'm leaving. I'm getting on the flight and I'm going back to the crib. I promise y'all, it was as if someone had snapped their fingers or a light switch went off. Dory was like, wait, what's wrong, friend? Like, why you leaving? What happened? Like, what's going on? What they do to you? Who are these people? What they in here for? What's going on? Y'all, I was fed up with the crazy stuff. There was nothing Dory would be able to do, or like, I'm just done. Stop pretending, stop acting, all this clueless stuff. Like, you clearly know what just happened. And a lot of y'all saying, oh, maybe she was, drinking. Maybe, she was on something. She was not. We was with each other the whole entire time. She wasn't even the type to do that type of stuff even beforehand. She would drink a little, but nothing more than that, nothing further than that. She would often say, like, I don't see how people could, be on these type of things where it'll call you to hallucinate, do this, to that. That was just not her game. While she's sitting there, still, like, they're holding her back because they kind of looking at me, and I'm like, do not let her go. Like, let me pack my stuff because I'm about to leave. She's still trying to, play confused and stuff like that. I'm gathering all of my stuff, throwing it in the suitcase. Her mom keeps calling me, so I finally answer the phone, and I'm like, listen, because she she's like, hey, did you talk to Dory? Where you guys at? Like, her father, she's not really doing good. And I said, look, y'all gonna have to call Dory phone from here on out. What just happened, like, I have nothing else to do with Dory, the situation. I'm sorry that, her father is in the condition that he's in, but release me from all this. Stop calling me about your daughter. Call her phone, get somebody else to call her phone. I am done. I don't want to play the middleman. I'm not playing the messenger. I am done. I'm over it. So of course her mom's like, oh my God, what's going on? What happened? I need to give me a flight out there. Like, where are you guys? This is not, it's okay. Just know that it's done. I don't want to be contacted anymore. Furthermore, from this point about Dory, anything dealing with Dory, it's just done. Dory's hearing me talk, on the phone with her mom, and she's even at security guard like, oh my God, y'all, what happened? She starts crying. And I mean, not just like a little cry. She's crying waterfalls. She's crying lakes, oceans, if you will. And I'm just looking at her because I'm like, I cannot believe this. I'm just still in shock. It's as if she just woke up from a bad dream. Whole time you've been awake this whole time. All these past few days, all these past few hours, whatever the case may be, you've been awake, and now she's trying to act as if somebody jumped inside her body, did all that, and gave her body back. I'm not falling for it. She starts saying stuff like, oh no, please, can we talk? Like, I don't want you to leave. Why would you leave me out here by myself? We supposed to be best friends. What happened? Did somebody do something to you? Like, did I fall asleep? I don't know. I think somebody put some on my drink. I'm over it. I pack all of my stuff and I start, get my suitcase. I'm rolling out the room. And so one of the security guards like, I'm going to walk with you. She's like, if you want, we could put you in another room, just until you can figure things out. I know that you're upset right now. I know you're mad, and that's completely understood. But just to separate you guys, we're not going to tell her where you're at. So we're just going to put you in another room until you can figure out your plan. Bet. I'm rolling my suitcase out the room, and y'all would have thought Dory was at my funeral. The way she was carrying on, dropping down on her knees, saying, no, please don't go. She's crying. She's doing all this extra stuff. And I'm not even looking back at this point. It's like, it is so over and beyond me. I just can't do it. Immediately, of course, she starts blowing my phone down. I'm getting hundreds of calls, hundreds of texts, but it's just, she's texting me like, oh my God, what happened? Can you talk to me? Come on, bestie. Like, really, what's going on? What's with you? You never acted like this before. I'm like, I am so I'm so thrown up because she's really acting like she doesn't have a clue about her behavior. And that's what's really kind of blowing me, because it's like, you're not even taking accountability. You're trying to pretend like something happened to you or somebody hijacked your body or whatever the case may be. And gosh darn well, I didn't respond to none of Dory's messages and none of her mom's message and none of her aunt's message. She even has some of her other friends trying to reach out to me, but there's nothing I want to talk about with y'all. There is nothing that I want to talk about at all, to be quite honest. The next flight wasn't until 6 a.m. So the next day. So of course I woke up, I'm ready to get on my flight. I'm ready to leave. I don't want to I was literally drained. I'm drained. I have so much on my mind. I really cannot believe this. And to top it all off, right when I get to the airport, I receive a message from, it was Dory's mom, and I think her aunt, or maybe could have been her cousin, something like that. Her father had just passed that morning. Now, mind you, if we would have left when we said we was going to leave, she would have had those last few hours or whatever the case with her dad. So for him to pass right there when I was at the airport, I'm just like, oh my, that was the icing on the cake for me. So of course, Dory being Dory, the manipulator that she is, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I lost you and I lost my dad at the same time. How am I ever going to get over this? How am I going to ever get through this? I might as well just go and pass away. I have no purpose here. Like, everybody that loved me, like, I feel like it's gone. I've lost them. I don't have nobody. I'm here all alone. Why does everybody have to leave me? Y'all know that whole little spiel. If you've ever dealt with somebody like that, and you already know how that go. It's just too much for real. I had safe travels. I made it back home safe and sound. Dory was still not let up. She was called. I will always call you. I will always message you. I will always, like, I don't know what happened, but you're saying it's my fault. I can't believe this. Like, I just need you to talk to me. I really need closure. She even went as far as saying that if I don't talk to her before her dad's funeral, she's not even going to attend her dad's funeral. She's like, I'm just going to show you that I'm so serious. Like, why would you say that? I should have nothing to do with you going to your dad's funeral. But I'm saying, like, that's just the type of mind games that she used to play. Mind y'all, I'm hurt because I'm like, man, for the past 3 years, she was one of the best friends that I've ever had. Like I said, we never had any issues. We never had any arguments. We would never get into it. We was on the same wavelength. And it's kind of hard, especially these days. But back then, I felt like I never really had a friend that was just like me, that was chill as me. We even like to eat the same things. We like to do the same things, go to the same places. We was literally on the same type of wavelength. And to me, that's why I wanted to cherish it. I wasn't going to mess it up to be in a relationship, or because I thought that we thought that each other was attractive or not. None of that would have ever made me risk the friendship that me and Dory had. I had ended up having to get a restraining order on Dory. She would pop up at my job. She would pop up at my house. She would pop up at places that I would frequent. She would not leave my friends alone. Anybody that even she think knew me, because after a while, people just started blocking her and would never, some people would reach out and be like, oh my God, like what happened? You guys should be best friends. But some people just kind of send me a screenshot like, oh my God, she won't stop DMing me. She won't stop messaging me. When they would see Dory out at the grocery store, Dory would run up to them and be like, oh my God, have you talked to her? Can you call her really quick? I just need to hear her voice. But she would never tell them what happened. And me, I'm just like, I hate when people call my phone trying to be nosy. I'm just like, hey, we don't talk anymore, and let that be that. Dory has made countless attempts of reaching out to me saying that, she's going to harm herself. She's going to do stuff to herself if I don't talk to her. She just wants her friend back. She don't care about love. She don't care about nothing. She's never made another friend since me. I was the bestest friend she ever had. Loads and loads of trying to make me feel bad and trying to make me talk to her. Now to this day, present day, what is it? It is August. It's Monday the 24th. I didn't hear from her, but Dory has tried to reach out. That's the last time she tried to reach out to me last week via email. Dory is blocked on everything. Of course, she doesn't have my number. I'm sure she's, watching from a fake page somewhere, but it's like, I have no interest in reaching out or trying to get close. That was all I needed to know. That was all I needed to see. I'm not trying to relive that. I'm not trying to go through that. Nothing. Like, I'm done. As a Taurus, y'all should know, an April Taurus at that. Once I'm done, I'm done. It don't really be nothing to talk about. The disrespect was enough for me. I felt like I handled that situation the best way that I could. Being as patient as I was trying to be with her, trying to still be a good friend through it all. And in the end, I just felt like that didn't do nothing but come back and bite me. That's the end of the story. Thank y'all for staying and watching and supporting. Some more story times coming after that. And yeah, Dory's dead. To me anyway. I mean, I don't really